The Mark Newey Method has 5 fundamental principles that completely differentiate it from mainstream therapy. It also consists of 5 sessions. It's extremely rare that somebody needs more than 5 sessions. And whilst we can't guarantee it, we're extremely confident that that is all you need within 6 or 7 weeks to actually go out there, make the changes and make your life happen in the way that you want it. So those 5 principles are as follows. The first one is nurturing, and that is us supplying a safe space for you to explore your issues. Now all of us, all of the therapists that I've trained, the Mark Newey therapists, all of us have had our own brushes with mental health. I've had a complete breakdown, for example. Now we share those experiences with you. We share what we went through, how we came out the other side, and showed you that these things are beatable. But the important thing is, this nurturing, this rapport that we build you is completely different from what you get from mainstream therapy. I said earlier that I spent 18 months in counselling. Now in that time I got to know 3 things about my counsellor. Firstly, she was German. You couldn't miss that from her accent. Secondly, she lived somewhere in Hertfordshire because one day she came in half an hour late because the A10 was closed. And the third thing is, at some point in her life she'd driven a 2CV. Now that's all I found out about her. And she was a charming, intelligent, attractive woman, but genuinely, where was the rapport? I didn't know anything about her. The model for counselling is to hold up a mirror so that the client gets to reflect their thought processes back to them. That's not the same. Now the second fundamental principle that we take you through is we actually teach you how your unconscious mind works. We'll basically take you through 2 models that I've developed over the last 17 years. Now it's critical that you have an understanding, or at least a grasp, of how your unconscious mind works, because 91% of how we create our reality is unconscious. And what this means is, when you have this grasp, this understanding, you can go back into life and you will start spotting changes. You'll start spotting how you deal with certain situations, how some of the way you conduct your relationships perhaps could be improved. You will start to understand the sort of things that that you need to change. The third fundamental principle is what I call healing. And this is healing the stuff from the past. Now we've all got stuff, whether it's being bullied at school, having your heart broken at 16, your parents getting divorced. Those happen to be the things that I brought through with me into adulthood, not realizing how those things would affect how I was creating my moment by moment reality. Now obviously some of my clients have had a lot bigger stuff than that. They've had they've been raped or abused and so on. Now when this can be dealt with at an unconscious level, all of those things can be let go of. And that obviously can make a massive difference, because what we're doing is we're cleaning up the filtering system that uses the programming from the past. So when you let go of all that faulty programming that's no longer relevant anymore, it completely changes the way that you create your reality. The next fundamental principle is inspiring. We inspire you to go and make the changes that you need to make. Because at the end of the day, it's not us that makes the changes. It's you. If it was us and we were sprinkling our magic dust, that really wouldn't help you. So we inspire you to go and make the changes. We've been where you are, so we know what's possible. And the 5th one is empowering. We help you find out what it is you need to change in your life, and we make sure that you've got the internal resources. So that might be the courage, the patience, the motivation, the self-esteem, whatever it is you need to go and make those changes. We make sure that you're empowered to go and make them. Now I'm sorry, but in my experience, those sorts of things did not happen with counselling. And from what my clients tell me, they don't happen in CBT either. This is a different approach.